Yo, welcome to my channel, Ward Draws a Lot. Obviously I'm Ward, or I wouldn't have named it Ward Draws a Lot. So because of all the talks of the Demon Slayer movie, a lot of images have been going around the internet, and one of them that I came across was actually this one of Rengoku, which ultimately made me fall in love with him all over again because I love the character so much that I was like, okay, I really want to draw him now, so why don't I dedicate a page in my sketchbook to actually drawing him. Now, I didn't only just want to draw like one image of him in the sketchbook page. I wanted to try and make it look a little bit more visually interesting, especially because I'm very like, okay, we'll do one drawing on the page because that's what I want to stand out on the page, is the one drawing. But I really want to try and get out of my comfort zone and force myself to draw more than one thing on a page, which I totally don't have to. It is my sketchbook after all. But there's just something, even when I look at different sketchbooks that have much more on the page, it just feels more alive. It also just gives off a much more visually appealing appearance, so it looks better to the human eye. I also personally believe there's like a sketchbook culture going on where it's like within that sketchbook realm of artists, for some reason the books that are much busier for some reason always become more of a popular topic than the sketchbooks that only have one drawing per page, and I think a lot of that comes from the idea that you're just wasting the page if you do only one drawing. But I personally don't think that. I think that if you like to illustrate on each individual page and you like doing one main drawing, I think that's perfectly like fine, because your sketchbook is your place to work. So if you want to do an illustration a page, or literally just sketch on every page, and if you want to use color, no color, whatever, add extra pieces, that's all up to you. I don't think there is a sketchbook better than someone else's sketchbook, unless someone is comparing their own previous sketchbooks to the sketchbooks that they have now. However, what I do believe that making really busy sketchbook pages actually mean is that some artists have a really good sense of composition. Basically, composition is how you put things together in a piece of artwork and how it looks like it works together. Basically, like things matching on the page, or using only a certain color, maybe using the same shape across a page or a spread, is like all counted as composition. To be completely honest, I just looked this up like a few minutes ago. I already had an idea of what composition is, but there's like a whole theory of 7 different steps and everything, and bro, I don't know. That's just like a whole lot of stuff that I have no idea about, and I would actually have to research more upon so I could get an accurate idea of what I'm talking about. But yeah, all that can sum up as to why I'm trying to draw more than one thing on the page for at least this week, like trying it out. Okay, so transitioning from that, that's actually why I didn't sketch on camera this week, because I was trying to figure out how to compose this piece of artwork, like which character, or not which character, but where is this character going to be on the page and how is he going to look. So I made sure to put the big one to the side, a smaller version of his head on top, and then to add some more dynamic, so to speak, I put like a larger one on the bottom right. So I sketched that out beforehand because I knew that was going to take me forever to kind of process where everything was going to go and how it was going to look like. So after that, I decided to come on camera and then line it. One thing I wish I did though with this page was that I waited for the ink to dry a little bit longer. So when I was lining right after, I just picked up the markers and I decided to draw. This paper, because I'm still kind of getting used to it, it takes a little bit for the ink to dry. So when I was inking, I completely forgot about that, and henceforth I smudged up a lot of the line art. On the bright side though, I'm used to that, so I covered it up as best as I could, and I think I did a pretty alright job with covering it up. But yeah, next time I'm going to take that precaution to let the inking dry before I go in with the marker ink, so this way it doesn't smear everywhere, and then my hard work, it makes me sad because I'm like, okay, now it looks like poopy. So yeah, I might actually carry that process into my regular routine of filming, where I just sketch off the camera and then I do the inking and the marker on camera, because, well, most of the time I feel like the sketching process is kind of boring because it's coming together, so you don't really get to see much thought process going on there, besides just me sketching it down. I also think it's probably not nearly as interesting as inking, or marker inking. It's just inking in general, I guess. So yeah, I might just do that from now on. I tried something different for this video too. What I did is I left some real-time snippets of me coloring or inking in there, so you could see how that looks like when I'm actually doing it. Because sometimes I feel like if it's just completely fast-forwarded, it's possible to lose interest because it is just going so by so quickly. Jeez, I can't talk. So as for capturing the character, I think I did an okay job with them. I really wish I would have done better on the face with the drawing on the left and the upper right. The one on the lower right, however, is probably my favorite one. I feel like it just looks significantly nicer than the other two. I don't know, there's like something with the expression there that just seems really inviting to me, and that's probably why it's one of my favorites, or actually the only favorite that I have. The one on the left, I really like the body part, where it's just the kind of cape that he wears and the uniform and the way his arms are crossed. I really like the way I did his hair on all three of the pieces, but the face is where I'm just like, I wish I would have done so much better. And I think that could have been avoided if I asked myself, does this look proportionate? I feel like for the two drawings, which is the one on the left and the one on the upper right, the eyes are very big for the face, which of course that's normal in an anime type style. The eyes are supposed to be large. But if you've ever noticed, modern day anime shows are much more inclined to have a more proportionate face with the features in it compared to the older animes, which were like from the early 2000s. That's why you'd be seeing them with them really big eyes and them really small noses, and it would look ridiculous, and we all knew it looked ridiculous, but we watched it anyway because we didn't have a choice. So I wanted to try and keep that in mind, that I was like, okay, next time ask, is the face proportionate? Or maybe I should have looked at the pictures of Rengoku a little bit more, where I studied it a little bit better and practiced it beforehand, which is why I said earlier that I should have done like a warm-up sketch, so this way I would have gotten him down better. Overall, I don't think I did a horrible job with him. I think I just could have done better because I know where I stand with art and how good I can be, so I think it's nice and it's healthy to push ourselves a little bit farther when it comes to a craft that we really want to get good at, because if we stay in the comfortable zone, or if we don't push ourselves enough or train enough, then we're just going to become lackluster, or we ourselves are going to get bored of our own art, which actually happens very often within a lot of places. Overall, here's the finished piece. My favorite again is the one on the bottom right. I don't think I did too bad on all of them though. Let me know if you have one that you actually like more than the one on the bottom right. Till then, thanks for watching, and remember, I love you. Bye.